Maybe you're a bit like me and you've thought about getting into real estate investing, and you might live in an area like California or New York, somewhere with a higher price point, and you're realizing that's going to be a little bit too much for your blood, too rich for your blood, and you want to start to invest out of state. And there's a ton that goes into this. I take calls all the time from people that are looking to invest out of state and they just aren't sure where to start. Today, I want to give you the ins and the outs of investing out of state, the questions to ask the right people to make sure you assemble a great team and have a successful investing experience out of your state. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, real estate investor and entrepreneur with over 10 years experience building and growing a real estate team and investing in real estate. Before we get into today's video, take a moment, hit that like button, leave a comment below with any questions you might have about real estate investing, and as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm here to help you break out of the 9-to-5, gain financial freedom, and grow wealth through real estate. The thought of investing out of state can be daunting. You are entering a space that maybe you're not even familiar with the area, but you've heard people say this is a good area to invest, or hopefully you've done some research and decided on a specific state and city that you want to invest in. But the whole idea of putting it all together when you're not physically there to meet anybody, you're ending up putting a ton of trust in other people there. Today, I want to help you shore all of that up, make sure you've got all of your bases covered. Let's dive in. Step number one is do your research. Do a market analysis, find out exactly where you should be investing. Don't just jump in because you saw somebody on a forum say they're cash flowing $1,000 in Jacksonville, Florida, and so you want to go invest there. Make sure that you actually do your research. Ask more questions of those people. If you are getting advice from somebody, dig in. How long ago did you buy it? What were the market conditions? How has your tenant been? Ask good questions before you dive into something, but I suggest doing your own research, finding a market that fits your needs. And the reality is here, we're looking at finding a market that fits your budget, that fits your buy box for your certain type of real estate investing. If you're doing long-term investing, short-term, medium-term, there's a whole lot that goes into that. And it's also gonna be very specific to your goals. Are you looking to maximize cash flow or appreciation? All of those factors, you need to do research, identify those markets. Everybody's goals are different. And so you wanna make sure that you identify a market that aligns with your goals and doesn't just follow what some other guy did that said he had success. There's success to be found in just about any market as long as you're smart with your purchases. So identify that area, hone in on it, and then we'll move to the next step. Step number two is finding an investor-friendly real estate agent. This step is so important. And I know you know the importance of having a real estate agent to represent you, but I find a lot of people skip on this step and they just find a referral from a friend or a family member, or somebody told them about an agent that did an amazing job. You have to be careful here, especially on the real estate investing side of things. So many agents say that they are real estate investor friendly, but they have no clue when it comes to being a real estate investor. And so you want to make sure you find a real estate agent that is investor friendly. You need to ask them, how many investments do they have? What does their buy box look like? Where are they buying? What are the neighborhoods they would recommend investing in their specific area, and why? What are the cash flows? What's the expected rent? You should be asking them all of those questions. If they stumble on any one of those, you need to move on. You need to find somebody that speaks the same language you do and doesn't just send you homes like a traditional home search. A lot of realtors just take your 3 beds, 2 bath, 400,000, great, I'll send you listings and you let me know which one speaks to you. In the investor space, that is the wrong approach. They should then take down what you're looking for and then send you deals that will cash flow or fit according to your goals. It's not, how do you feel about these homes? It's, hey, here's the top 5 that fit your numbers. Let's go check these out. And they should be presenting you those opportunities. So don't make the mistake of just looking for top realtor in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Go and find an agent that is investor friendly. Look on Bigger Pockets forums for real estate agents in that area. Talk to other real estate investors in the area. You can find those people on those forums, or join local organizations that have investor meetups and ask questions of those people on who they're using, so you have an investor friendly real estate agent that will help you find deals. Step number 3 is the fun part. This is actually finding a home. Now, if you're investing out of state, odds are you're not going to be spending weeks and weeks out there shopping in another state. You've probably got a job back home that you need to attend to and things you've got to do at home. So you're gonna be doing this shopping from afar. And that's where it's super important that your investor-friendly real estate agent is sending you opportunities, showing you those numbers. Here's the ones that are gonna cash flow. Here's what fits the goals that you're looking for. Here are the numbers breakdowns for all of those pieces, because this is not an emotional decision. This is a numbers-based decision. And then once you've identified some properties, you can ask specific questions about the crime statistics for a specific neighborhood. You can talk to property managers about evictions in certain cities and where they find the most and where they find the least and what they would consider to be the safest areas for you to invest in. And once you find that house, what I suggest and what we find most often in working with out-of-area real estate investors is you put in an offer on that house, sight unseen. Maybe your realtor does a video tour with you and walks through to make sure it doesn't smell like 100 cats died in there. But they'll do a video walkthrough for you. Then you should be able to put in an offer. You don't actually physically need to see it yourself, because most states have a due diligence or an inspection period where you can inspect the property and you can back out without any penalties during that time period. So what most of our clients do, they will put in an offer sight unseen, maybe after a video walkthrough, and then they make a flight out during that first week, during that due diligence period, to actually see the property during some sort of home inspection or roof inspection, any of those pieces. And then if you decide for some reason your agent wasn't honest with you, you don't like the location, you've done some more research, then you can typically back out without any sort of penalties. Make sure you talk with your agent for the specific state that you're in as to what those guidelines are, but that's typically how you should do it. You don't actually have to be out there shopping for homes traditionally, driving around in a realtor's car, looking at 5 homes and picking one. Get into escrow on one, then fly out and see it, then make the decision if you're sticking with it or not. Quick tip on finding a home out of state. A lot of times I hear, where should I buy? What are the good areas? What are the bad areas? A rule I like to follow is find the median home price for that state, for that area, and go after that. Don't be tempted by the homes that are listed half price from what your budget is or what you've seen out there, because odds are they're probably not in a great area. And you've probably seen that in your own local market, right? There are homes that are half price 30 miles down the road, but you know yourself you would not live there. So don't be tempted by those. Go for that median price, aim for that, and that should generally put you in a decent area that's gonna come with easier to deal with tenants, a little bit less on the eviction side and all of those pieces. So just make sure that you aim there. We're not looking to spend $1 million or go to the top of the price range, and we're definitely not looking for the cheapest thing. Shoot right for the median home price, and that should give you a successful home search. Last but not least is finding a property manager. Since you are going to be out of state, it will be impossible for you to manage this on your own, let contractors in, do all of those pieces. You want to find a property manager. So how do you find a good property manager? If you are working with an investor-friendly real estate agent, they must have an amazing property manager linked with them. That should absolutely be a first question that you ask that agent, to make sure that they've got someone to refer you to, or maybe they run their own property management business and can help you out there. But make sure that you ask your agent for a referral there, and then call that property manager to ask them interview questions to make sure that they're a good fit for you as well. You want to ask, how many times have they dealt with out-of-state investors? How many properties are they currently managing for out-of-state investors? How often do they plan to visit the property and send you photos and updates of the condition of the property? You want to ask all these questions because, again, you're not going to be there to make those decisions, to drive by it and see, oh, the grass is 3 feet tall because the tenant hasn't mowed the lawn. You just want to make sure that this is a completely hands-off experience for you, because it's out of state or likely far across the country and you just can't be there. So ask them those questions. Make sure that they are going to take care of everything for you. Also make sure that they have an amazing vendor list of people that can take care of things when things come up. Plumbers, electricians, painters, handymen, HVAC technicians, all of those pieces. Make sure they've got all of those in place. Really ask some great questions to make sure that they're gonna make this a smooth experience for you and it's as completely hands-off as it can be. A quick tip here for you as far as property managers go is when you get this referral from your real estate agent, call the property manager ahead of time and ask them questions about the areas that you're looking in. Ask them what areas have high evictions and low evictions, where do they get the best rents. Your property manager is gonna have some really, really great insight there and help you to identify areas to look in, and hopefully that coincides with exactly what your realtor told you and you know you've got a perfect match. All right, that's it. I know we ran through a ton of information there, and the reality is you need to make sure you take time with each and every one of those steps. You've got to do your research, and you have to assemble an amazing team. If you mess up in any of those areas, you could end up with a problem on your hands and a bad investment. So make sure you actually interview those people that you are going to be working with. Ask them questions, ask a ton of questions, because you're investing in a relationship with these people for the long term, especially that property manager. Make sure you're asking great questions and that you're fully confident in the team that you've built before you step into this out-of-state investing venture. So out-of-state investing can be scary, but as long as you follow all of these steps to put everything into place ahead of time, you can be off to the races investing in an area or a state that's maybe lower prices than where you currently are, that maximizes cash flow, meets your goals, and allows you to continue to build that portfolio over time. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, take a moment, hit that like button, leave us a comment below about any questions you might have or experiences you've had investing out of state. And as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm here to help you break out of the 9 to 5, gain financial freedom, and grow wealth through real estate. We'll see you next time.